Now for our feature story of the day. The Giga Chad Michael Saylor recently gave a presentation at Bitcoin Prague, the largest Bitcoin conference in Europe, and made some very bullish predictions. I want to share them with you. In fact, this particular headline reads, Bitcoin proponent Michael Saylor forecasts potential 8 million Bitcoin price tag. That's right. While speaking at the event, Saylor predicted Bitcoin can reach up to 8 million a coin. In fact, even went as high as 70 million. I'm going to be breaking down the math here shortly. Stay tuned. And many investors would miss out on the price surge. Notably, these comments come amidst Microstrategy's recent disclosure that it wants to increase its Bitcoin holdings, which we know they just raised another 700 million convertible note. They do their Bitcoin alchemy, and he's about to make a $700 million purchase. So keep stacking them stats. I believe MicroStrategy already has 214,000 plus Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So yeah, while speaking at the Prague event for Bitcoin, Saylor recounted his journey with Bitcoin in the early days. And interestingly, Saylor noted he was also indecisive when considering investing in Bitcoin for the first time. Back in 2013, Saylor looked at Bitcoin and dismissed it, thinking it would only find its way into online gambling. Womp womp. As a result, he lost the opportunity to buy the Bitcoin when it traded at $892, only finally deciding to purchase when Bitcoin reached 9,500. That's ultimately a factor of 10 or 11x, right? I got the price I deserved, Saylor noted. Amen. However, Saylor has been a fervent supporter for Bitcoin ever since he finally bought in back in 2020, even calling it digital gold. He also argued in the past that Bitcoin is the only asset investors can truly own, as it is free from any governing authority, aka decentralized. Amen to that. And as Saylor explains, despite Bitcoin's growth over the past few years, there are still a lot of investors who are skeptical about buying in. Yep. Saylor noted that even if Bitcoin reaches 950,000 per coin, some might still call it overbought and expect a drop to 700,000, only to potentially miss out when the price finally surges to 8 million per coin. Do you hear that, family? Now, let me know how that would change your life if, hypothetically speaking, Bitcoin hit 8 million tomorrow. Holla in the chat. He says, everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. 100%. And while 8 million per bitty may seem far-fetched, Saylor and other analysts believe in the power of exponential growth. With Bitcoin now trading above 66,000, an 8 million price tag would mean a 12,000% price increase from the current price level. For Bitcoin to reach that level, its market cap would need to increase over 150 times from today's value to around 168 trillion Bitcoin market cap. And for this to happen, Bitcoin would need to gain mainstream adoption and interest in institutional investors, which is starting to increase, which we have been witnessing since the green light from the spot Bitcoin ETFs, which officially launched on January 11th. In fact, they now have over 1 million Bitcoin acquired through the Bitcoin ETF products, which means 5% of the Bitcoin circulating supply. So if adoption truly goes mainstream, 8 million per bitty may not be outside of the realm, a possibility in the coming decades. Heck, it could happen in the coming years. Just saying. Microstrategy, Saylor's intelligence company, is one of the few companies leading the charge for the mainstream Bitcoin adoption. That's right. And according to the disclosure, as I pointed out earlier, they're now looking to sell 700 million worth of its convertible notes, with the net proceeds going into buying the most scarcest, greatest store value to ever exist, the bitty. In fact, now I want to read you some of the highlights as per Luke Broyles, which shared in this excellent Michael Saylor thread. Here are 21 rules he gave instructing how to hodl the volatile next 1000x in Bitcoin price. 1000x would ultimately take us to roughly 70 million per coin, just FYI, so enjoy this. Those who understand, buy Bitcoin. Those who don't, criticize Bitcoin. The people who can't see the paradigm shift, mock the transition, aka Peter Schiff. The people with vision being to vote with their feet for the new system. Number 2, he says, everyone is against Bitcoin before they are for it. Even Saylor explicitly referenced his post, which we discussed in 2013, when he claimed it would likely follow the route of online gambling. Back then, Bitcoin was less than $900. Mind-boggling, right? Now, number 3, you'll never be done learning about Bitcoin. That's right. Don't matter how many tens of thousands of hours you put into this, you're always going to learn more. No matter how smart you are, you can never outsmart hundreds of millions of companies, tens of billions of humans, or dozens of trillions of AI bots. You will never fully understand the future, which Bitcoin is priced in. And number 4, Bitcoin is powered by chaos. Michael referenced World War II and communism in Prague and Europe. Would you rather own a house, company, or gold in a nation fighting the war, or would you rather own the Swiss bank that holds everyone's gold. Buy Bitcoin because entropy is guaranteed. Number 5, Bitcoin is the only game in the casino that we can all win. Every game in the casino of aspects protected of political currency is rigged against you. Facts. In a long enough timeline, you are going to win if you keep playing the Bitcoin game. All other games eventually fail. Well said. Number 6, Bitcoin won't protect you if you don't wear the armor. Get off zero and take a 1% allocation. However, you'll look back and wonder why you allowed 99% of your body to be burnt. The more you understand the fire, the closer to 100% of your body you cover in armor. Preach. Number 7, Bitcoin is the one thing in the universe that you can truly own. All assets in the ancient world were protected by a governing authority over you and property rights granted by a collective of humans. Until Bitcoin, now your cryptographic keys in your head are your wealth. 100%. Also, number 8. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Michael reflected on how he dismissed Bitcoin at less than $900 to only deserve buying it at $9,500. He then said that Bitcoin is 950,000. People will try to wait for it to crash to 700,000, and Bitcoin will go to 8 million. Number 9, only buy Bitcoin with the money you can't afford to lose. Reject the system that forces you to take risks to preserve your energy and redirect towards the system that rewards your saving. Ignoring Bitcoin today is the decision to starve yourself tomorrow. Number 10, tickets to escape the matrix are priced in Bitcoin. Saylor described how the GDP, CPI, and infinite QE in the matrix in which we live and the price of the world from within. The escape valve from the arbitrary collection of data points to fit the narrative is the outlier. Bitcoin. Number 11, my favorite number 11. Bitcoin insight is restricted to those who need to know. Amen. I don't know what I just clicked on there. Saylor described to meet at dinner how without Bitcoin, Microstrategy would have failed. He was going to lose billions, but instead made billions. Michael's Bitcoin increased by 54 million during the 40-minute talk alone during this speech. Imagine that. His net worth goes up $50 million during his speech. By the time he's done, it only takes 40 minutes to do so. Kind of mind-boggling, but that's the reality with the Bitcoin. Number 12, all of your models will be destroyed. Saylor on stage predicted he believes 24% CAGR for Bitcoin in the next 10 years, and he says it's extremely conservative. That would be a 600,000 Bitcoin by 2034. When Godzilla comes to the playground, your model of who wins the game are irrelevant. It's going up forever, Laura. Number 13, to economic ill is the orange pill. Economics have been a pseudoscience for centuries, and the cure to ancient technology is a new innovative paradigm, upgrading the world to future technology. All of the flawed worldviews on money are from flawed money, aka fiat monopoly money. Number 14, be for Bitcoin, not against fiat. Don't use aggression or violence against a dying system. Instead, be cheerful and constructive into building the parallel system. Don't give the critics the leverage to call you mean, arrogant, or disrespectful. Number 15, Bitcoin is for everybody. Saylor claims the need for digital capital, aka Bitcoin, has the potential to be half of everything in the future world we are yet to imagine. He said this will drive the price up by 1,000x, which is $70 million per Bitcoin in today's dollars. Let that sink in, fam. Number 16, learn to think in Bitcoin. To conceptualize future tech in terms of ancient technology is an oxymoron. The only way to envision a coming paradigm is to view it through the stage at which the city will be built upon. Number 17, you don't change Bitcoin, it changes you. You don't have the capacity or the authority to dictate to 8 billion people today how to change their life to benefit you. Saylor then mentioned the 80 billion people yet to be will be dwarfed by the current world, a 10x in human beings. Number 18, laser eyes protect you from endless lies. That kind of rhymes pretty well. Michael emphasized you don't take your laser eyes off at 100,000 or a million per biddy. He predicted Bitcoin's going from $1 trillion to $100 trillion to $300 trillion to $500 trillion, which is a $24 million Bitcoin laser focus, family. Also, number 19, respect Bitcoin or it will make a clown of you. Amen. There is no need to mock those who mock Bitcoin because those people mock themselves. Well said. To project absurdity onto the truth machine is to betray your future self and destroy your own reputation. Don't be a clown, Mr. Peter Schiff. Number 20, do not sell your biddies. Damn right. You do not put out the fire that keeps your family warm in a freezing winter. You do not sabotage your life raft in an ocean. Life is precious, and you do not push your economic savings off of a cliff. Diversification is inferior intellect. And number 21, last but not least, spread Bitcoin with love. Be kind. And when the disrespectful critics realize you had their best interests at heart, they will come around and contribute to the network. In time, the work put into Bitcoin will 100x and the price will 1000x as we create 10,000x the fiat. Amen to that, family.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So there you have it. You just heard the 8 million price prediction, as high as 70 million price prediction, ultimately meaning Saylor firmly believes Bitcoin will 1000x from the current price action. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with the Giga Chad, and welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show.